Hey guys, it's Ollie from Talking RPGs, just here for another RPG rant. This one's a bit of a weird one. It's a game that I played online with some friends of mine, and to the DM who ran this game, and you'll know who you are, it was an awesome game. I really enjoyed myself. And I just kind of want to talk about some things that I personally would have done differently. It's not that it was done wrong at all, and like I say, the game was still super enjoyable. I think everyone had a great time. It was game Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. We're playing over Discord on the internet, and yeah, it was a bit of an odd one because we didn't really do any combat that session. It was very much a sort of puzzly based session, role play, that kind of thing, and it was a good laugh. We all really enjoyed it. We had to cross this big old bridge. Well, I say we had to. We didn't have to. He gave us the choice, and we were like, "Yeah, we'll go across the bridge. That seems fun." And it very nearly ruined our quest of delivering an unknown parcel to the next town. And that was really fun, and that took a little while. The way that he did that, in fact, was, well, I don't know how I would have done it, to be honest, but the way he did it, he actually rolled a dice to see how many checks we were going to have to do to get across this big old stone bridge that was crumbling underneath us, and we were having to watch out for potholes and make sure the cart didn't go over the edge. And so he rolled the dice, and we had to get 15 successful rolls to get across the bridge, whether that be like survival check or yeah, whatever. I mean, thinking about that a little bit, I think I may have gone down the route of something like they had in 4th edition, where it was the what do they call them? Hang on, I'm going to look this up. Skill challenge. They had skill challenges in 4th edition, which basically you were put in a situation, and the entire situation had a set DC. So you had to, when it got to you sort of rolled it like initiative, and you each took it in turns, and you said you were going to do something, and there were penalties if you tried to keep using the same skill or ability or attack or whatever to do it. So it really got you thinking on your feet about what skills you had, how you could use them in this situation, and how that would help you complete the challenge. So I possibly would have thought a bit more about doing it like that. I didn't think that at the time, and this is kind of a thought that's kind of occurred to me just while I'm recording this, and that's not what this rant was supposed to be about, but I thought that might be a good way of going about it. But the way that he did it, he basically said we had to make survival checks and dexterity checks to get across this bridge, and we got to the other side. It took a while, but it was a good laugh, and we really got our characters interacting together, and it was great. Then further on down, there was this puzzle. Now this is kind of what I want to talk about a little bit, because puzzles are a bit of a funny one. Because if you make them too easy, you may as well not even put them in unless it's like specifically story based or story related. But if you make them too hard, then the players just kind of sit there staring at you like, I've run out of ideas. You're going to have to help us out here. And that kind of happened a little bit here. Now, this DM, hello if you're watching, love you, but this DM, he's got a bit of a mechanical background, so he set up this puzzle based around something quite mechanical and the way that things work. Now, if you were, say, playing with a bunch of engineers, then I think a lot of them would have gone, oh, it's one of those clutch thingies. that's really cool. So what we have to do is we have to do it this way. But we, like, while I know a little bit about cars, and as does one of the other players, it was like we were trying to do stuff and couldn't really make sense of it without that sort of knowledge. And eventually we cracked it, but it was that thing of like player knowledge versus character knowledge a little bit. And even with rolling wisdom checks and him giving us hints, his hints were very much based in that realm of mechanics and using terminology and quite what to us seemed like quite an abstract clue, to someone else would have made a lot more sense. And like I say, I really enjoyed the puzzle. It was great. Like, so there were 4 pillars, and we had to get the right symbols on each of these pillars, and then we had to push a button and pull a lever, which sent these like cogs that were down in a pit rotating. The issue was if we did, I think at the end of it, he was basically saying if we had done 2 that were right next to each other, it wouldn't have worked. What we had to do was do, say, column 1, column 3, then column 2, and then column 4, so they weren't rotating and crunching with each other. But we got it, but that's not how we got to that conclusion, and that was very much using that quite specific knowledge. So I think if I was in that circumstance and I come up with something like that, there's 2 things that I probably would have done. A, if I'm giving clues, they've got to be a lot more generic. They've got to be a lot more they've just got to be a lot less specific to that group of knowledge. And then the other thing that I probably would have done, bear in mind we were working on this puzzle for an hour and a half, good half the session at least. Well, with the bridge stuff, actually probably more like about a third of it. It was quite a long session, but that was okay. We were having a great time and we were really enjoying it. And we finished that game with no regrets whatsoever. It was a fantastic thing. It was just sort of how he structured this. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it was a little bit odd to me. But yeah, so when giving hints, I'd say maybe slightly more generic ones, slightly more explicit ones, I guess might be a better word. And especially but to the point where we were just going, look, we don't know any way of getting a hint. He's like, yeah, roll a wisdom save, and then he said some stuff, and I was like, oh, you should get it from that. I'm like, well, I'm not. But yeah, and the other thing that I've seen some people do is they'll throw out a puzzle which even them as the DM for the session doesn't actually know the answer, and they'll wait a while and let the players play with this puzzle, and when something sounds pretty good or good enough, or you know what, they'll go, oh yeah, the door opens, the trap disables, whatever. And it's a little bit cheeky, but sometimes there's been, when I've thrown a puzzle at people and it's getting to that point in the game where we've got a little bit of time left, but there's not a huge amount, there's not enough time for a full-on like combat encounter, and I've thrown a puzzle at them. I know what the answer is, but it's that thing of time's getting on a bit. You know what? The next thing, like in my head, I'm just kind of going, the next thing you try is just going to work. Even if it doesn't necessarily make sense to how I know the background of that puzzle works or that mechanic works, I'm just going to let you roll with it. Because at the end of the day, you're so close. And yet, I don't know, that's just sort of a few thoughts on that. Like I say, still really enjoyed it. It was a great session. Had some really good like social interaction between me and the other players. The DM is on it. I think he said this is his first game that he's actually tried to DM, and it's great. You're doing a wicked job. Everyone's having a great time. The encounters are balanced, and we're having a really good laugh. And this is an entire world that he's sort of come up with himself. He likes to do a bit of creating, writing his own time. It really shows in the way that he's built this campaign and this world. And yeah, just really enjoying it. And I think that's one of the weird things about lockdown and all the social isolation and everything. With tools like Discord and the online video conference calling and that kind of thing, I've actually probably ended up playing more D&D than I was before. And it's great, I love it. And it's means I've been able to hang out with these people, it's great. But yeah, anyway, that's my rant for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for the little pause in the middle there to go and work out what I was talking about. I knew what I was talking about, I just can't remember what it's called. But yeah, anyway, I hope you liked it. Love it if you liked and subscribed to the channel. And have a great day. Cheers. Bye.